and clothing for N Talks. Samutaro here with Action Bronson. Okay, everyone, welcome to N Talks. We're here with the man himself, Action Bronson. Super stoked to have him here tonight. We're going to be taking you through a journey of his creative path, the creative mastermind that he is, talking about his culinary career, rap music, a little bit about your exercise. You can give us a little bit of a download on that, and then everything else. So we're fresh off the back of Paris Fashion Week. We both got to see each other out there. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience out there?
I had one of the crazy experiences of my life. 10 days of debauchery, craziness. I'm on a dadcation right now. It was Father's Day back home, and it hit exactly at the time I left, so I had a little 10 days of craziness.
When I bumped into you out there, I saw you in the Marais, and you were just stood out in the street. There was a little situation in the market. Can you tell the people here who went out there what happened?
It really wasn't anything. It's just the Parisians, the cops, they like to make a little bit of a show. But it was really nothing. All we wanted to do was play jazz. I've never seen a jazz show shut down. All I wanted to do was serve lamb chops, a sandwich that I made, and play fucking jazz music for people, and they had to shut it down. Not good. That wouldn't happen here, right?
And hopefully these guys will be a bit more chill tonight.
Nah, but we moved it over to another spot and ended up making it beautiful. I cried during the performance.
That's beautiful. So speaking of your culinary career, so most people, they know you for the music, but before you professionally touch the mic, you're pursuing arts and culinary arts. So can you tell us a little bit about your life growing up with your parents' restaurant and how that informed your career in sort of food?
Just growing up ethnic. People in my house didn't speak English, so it was just different, you know? Watching my grandmother cook every single day, every meal, it influenced me. I wanted to be the person that knew all the recipes, so I stood by her side. And that's what shaped me today. She would take me to school, pick me up from school, make all the food, clean everything. Superwoman.
How did you get into cooking? Can you tell us a bit about the culinary schooling as well and sort of exploring your own personal interest in food?
It was that, it was all the influence around me and just growing up in the bar, in the bar situation and fucking pool tables and shit, I like to play pool. And what was I saying?
It's been a long week.
I went to school, but fuck all that. You don't learn anything really. It's just some dumb shit. But yeah, I learned a couple things and brought that with me and just hit the workforce hard. Did what I had to do. And that was it. My aspiration was to be in the kitchen nonstop, in the little white coat, telling motherfuckers what to do, showing them.
What would you say you learned from the kitchen? Obviously, it's quite like a stressful environment there. And so long hours on the graft.
I learned how to speak Spanish.
Did any of it kind of like inform the way you sort of made music later on in life, would you say, in terms of the grind that you were doing there in the kitchen?
Absolutely. I don't know. I just feel like I work good under hectic conditions. Like the line when it's crazy. I like the fiasco of everything. So I like a lot of things on my plate. I feel that, I don't know, I like to juggle. But yeah, multitasking and optimizing that multitasking and executing and finishing.
So when you're back in the kitchen then, as like a younger man, what would you say your aspirations were? Were you always thinking of sort of bigger things, whether it was in sort of cooking, or were you thinking about sort of moving into rap at that point?
No, I never thought about rap at all. I was just in the kitchen. Just my aspirations were to just, I don't know, catch a break somehow. Started working for the Mets in Queens. Some shit happened over there. It wasn't my fault, but it ended up being blamed on me. We'll go into that another time. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, my life is just, this is where we are. I don't even know how we got here. We're just here now.
Yeah.
It's hard. I'll reflect at another time because we're not where we need to be.
But part of your life as well, you've had these kind of happy accidents. Obviously, being in the kitchen, the way you moved into music was the accident you had where you broke your leg, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was like serendipitous. I broke my leg and turned that little disaster into what we have today.
And so,
It like unlocked something when you broke the bone. Some fucking DMT went through my body. Some situation happened and just fucking turned the machine on.
so when did music really sort of enter your life, and what was sort of your inspirations at that point in terms of music and the artists that you were listening to?
I mean, music has been in my life since I don't even know, obviously forever, since the moment I came out. I'm from the era of going to the diner and the jukebox would be at your booth. Boys to Men, fucking Mariah Carey back in the day, you know? Fucking Billy Idol. They'd have all the different shit. Rockabilly stuff, all kinds of craziness. So, I don't know, man. I've listened to everything my entire life, every genre. But my first tape that I ever bought was Rex and Effects, Rump Shaker.
That's the Pharrell produced joint as well, isn't it?
No. That was produced by Teddy
Oh,
Riley.
Teddy Riley, right.
Yeah. Pharrell was like, I think you might have been
Inspired by that one.
still a child.
Yeah. So what first inspired you to pick up the pen and start writing?
My friends, picking up the pen is a funny term. The first time I picked up the pen, I just like to make... I was literally just trying to make my friends laugh with one-liners. And that's really was the extent of what I wanted to do in rap. And then one line became 2, 3, 4, and then, they pressured me into doing it. And then no one told me that I sucked or that I was trash or fucking shit on me. So then I knew it was real because, friends really love to dig in. Mm-hmm. And no one dug in. So I continued.
And that special friend that you had, he also helped you shape the name Action Bronson, right?
My man Mayhem Loren, he just had 2 names. It was like, it was cool. I was in graffiti writing action on the wall. So I was like, let me get a second name.
Yeah.
Let me get a last name too. So we could be like Tango and Cash. But you don't even know their last names. You know Tango's last name?
No, I don't.
Me neither. Tango Hernandez? I don't know.
So your approach to sort of rhymes has always been about sort of internalizing your inspirations and interests, whether it's about cars, food, or sneakers. Why do you think it's important to have this sort of personal approach?
Everything is customizable. Like, I'm writing my own path. I'm telling you my feelings. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
I think about crazy things, and a lot of, you got to stick with me. That's it. I don't know. That's it. Literally, there's no other way to describe it. To speak about your brain is nuts. It's like it's not normal.
I think like for everyone here, they can probably relate to a lot of those things as well. So having that sort of style and approach to writing definitely draws in a bigger audience.
Absolutely. I mean, we're all on similar paths. We're just right there. We're just like little. You see, my fingers are stained from Lahore Kebab House, from lamb chops. I got fucking turmeric fingers right now, bro. That doesn't come off.
And obviously, New Balance, we're here for the celebration of your collaboration with their sneaker. But that's a brand that you've always sort of referenced as well. And it's not just like name dropping the brand either. You've always noted like model numbers. Have you always taken this sort of detail approach and have been obsessed with sneaker culture?
Absolutely. I'm like, whatever you call the sneakerheads, original shit. I've been that since I was a child. I had everything. Everything when they came out. There was no retros on my feet. It was just everything I had. They came out. They were there. And then my mother introduced me to New Balance. She had a hammer toe, like I said one time. And for those of you who don't know what a hammer toe is when your toe goes like that. And it looks like a fucking hammer. And it hurts. So the comfort of the mesh made it breathable and comfortable for the toe.
Yeah.
And then I started wearing them. I liked them because they were unbelievably comfortable, nice and fucking just like a classic look. And when you take pictures, they shine. They make your feet shine like lightning.
And you're saying you don't even just wear yours just for like kind of casual wear. And when we were just chatting earlier, you were saying you're wearing them for running too, right?
Everything that you could do in a shoe, I'm doing. I wrestled in them. I wrestled on E8, whatever the fucking letters are. AEW. I wrestled in Arthur Ashe Stadium in Queens in front of 20,000 people in that shoe, but the first one. Polo socks.
That's a look right there. So I often associate like New Balance with like Washington DC and like Baltimore and like the street guys there. And also there's some of I think the lowlifes there wearing them too. What was your first kind of introduction to them in New York?
Mom, New Balance the 574 was always in Jimmy Jazz and VIM, but no one liked those. That wasn't a fucking sought after shoe in New York. Kind of people laughed at you if you had the 574 on, It was the bullshit version. When you started going to the orthopedic running shoes, the running stores, like the old man store, that's where you seen the $250 fucking 2000 and whatever the fucking letters are, the crazy ones. That's why I like them.
Yeah.
I like those crazy ones. I associate that with Long Island.
Looking like you've had a good night tonight already.
I feel good.
How did the collaboration with New Balance come about as well?
It's been a long time in the making. It's been something I wanted to do forever, but until Teddy Santis took over, it seemed like an impossible feat. It seemed like the task was too large. But he ended up being the Pope from Queens and just connected all the dots and forced them. They were like, no, you must do this. And he was right. He knows. That's why he's in the position, Mm-hmm. So I thank him. I thank him and I thank the team for making it all happen. And that's really how this came about, man. Me and my guy, we were going to try and do our own shoe. We designed the shoe from scratch. It wouldn't have hit like this.
No, true.
It wouldn't have been the same. But that's where I was. I was just like, I need this. Like when something gets into my mind, I have to let it out. And I had to.
And why did you choose the silhouette you've gone for, the 990 V6 silhouette?
Because it was the new silhouette coming out, and Teddy worked on the design of it as well. And I wanted to be the first collaboration on a new silhouette and kind of make my mark historically as the first person to touch this one and making it mine.
Nice. And can you talk a little bit about the visual that we've got here as well? You were speaking to me about it earlier.
Yeah, I love pairing things together so you get the full immersive experience. So we give you, like, if Bach number 5 is playing underneath this, it's a sad one. Number 5, that number 5. And I just love to give a beautiful visual along with the shoe. To me, these shoes look like a crazy ass craft. They're crafts for our feet. So I just feel like I needed to make them. You see, there's the little ode to Made in the USA. Looks like some fucking, what's that guy's name? Michael Bay. Looks like some Michael Bay shit.
It's a fucking movie, I'd say.
Right?
What was the things you were thinking about when you were conceptualizing the sneaker in terms of sort of colorways and things like that?
This rendition was trying to give my ode to the beautiful navy that I love, the original, and just, give it in a little twang. Putting a little modernized edge onto the navy and making this the standardized navy version that should be on every foot in the world.
And then you add your own little touch with the laces as well?
That's what I mean. I don't give you extra laces. That's how it needs to be. If I see other laces, that means you fucking had to go from another pair of shoes. There's some shoes with no laces just laying there.
And so on the topic of collaborations as well, you're someone who seeks out like-minded people, whether it's Tommy Mass producing whole albums or working on multiple projects.
Hell yeah.
So why is this consistency in terms of working relationships with brands consistently important for you?
I think the relationships are important. Like Tommy, I know Tommy for, 13 years now. I like-minded people become friends, and then you work, and then you keep that relationship for years. I like working with people that I know are fucking mentally in the same space and competent and have the best abilities to execute. It's all about off-road capabilities. It's being able to adapt, not just being able to work on flat land. You got to be able to work on your feet and have a mind. And I think that the people that I have around me now are great assets to have. And the consistency there, you could just tell we're good people. We work for a long time. I have friends from fucking childhood that are still around me. There's not too many new faces, but if they are, they're special.
Yeah, it's important to keep that small circle.
For sure. There's levels to circles. It's like rims inside of rims. Lots of rimming.
I wasn't going to say it, but
it was a layup.
So in terms of like entrepreneurship as well, obviously the shoes they're branded with the Black Lava Flea Market. Can you tell us a little bit about the entrepreneurial platform that you've launched last year?
The flea market is just a place to get all kinds of crazy shit. You could buy whatever. That's what this shirt right here is from the flea market. This was a rip-off of a fake Guess shirt that they used to make back in the day. And there's fucking pleather on it. The triangle is pleather. This is exactly how I wanted it to look. Because this looks exactly like the one from the Aqueduct Flea Market in Queens that I had when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I just try to bring back my nostalgic feelings through garment.
And also the design of the website is quite nostalgic as well. That web one browsing kind of thing.
There it is.
Is that the throwback style?
Because it's too hard for me to go through bullshit. I like to see exactly what it is. That's how I remember it when I used to be an eBay sniper. That's how I remember it. So that's how I need that format. That's how I want people to view my shit.
What were you copying on eBay back then?
Nike Air Raids, Air Forces from size 8 to 12. Any types of like shoes that were forgotten about from the 90s. This was like 98, 99. That last second move, the snipe at the last moment. All kinds of polo shirts, fucking polo high-tech jackets, North Face things, anything that you could imagine that was fire.
Do you still keep a lot of this stuff?
I have a lot of things. I have my RLX Gore-Tex jacket that I got in 98, still brand new, crisp. I got a lot of shit, man. Just stored away things. Averex from 94.
Damn, I'd like to see that somehow.
I'll show you a video.
Okay, well, when I'm next in New York, I'll come and do a little tour, hopefully.
For sure.
So with the digital marketplace, it's often like reflective of your personal endeavors. How do you approach all these creative projects, whether it's the ice cream, olive oil, natural wine, or art and sneakers?
These are all things that I love. I just approach it as work for me is like it's not work. I just enjoy all these things and have a passion for them and end up meeting the number one human beings in the fucking world that are involved in these products, and it just happens naturally. Like my man Nick Coleman, who I do all my olive oil collaborations with, he also plays bass in my band, and he's a motherfucking virtuoso bass player. So it's crazy how all these worlds just mix and meld. So I don't know, man. Things just happen for a reason. Like-minded people attract.
Would you say there's sort of a key to maintaining this enthusiasm? You said like childlike joy in the things that you love.
For sure. For sure. Everything you do, you got to do out of happiness. You do some shit out of spite, some shit out of vengeance. But for the most part, there definitely needs to be happiness, even in that.
And then obviously the touring and your music inspired your food show, Fuck That's Delicious, and that's allowed you to expand your celebrity far beyond rap. You also had In the Kitchen with Action back in 2009. Has this food channel been a goal for you always?
Yeah, that first show In the Kitchen was funny. I was still working. That was all that precursor to what's going on now. Yeah, this is that. I've come from the era where the chef on TV was fucking like a rock and roll star, He was a rock star on TV. Mario Batali, Emeril Lagasse, motherfucking all kind. Like, it was just another era. Food Network was popping. For real, it was a popping ass network. It was on nonstop. I don't know, man. It just feels like it's meant to be. I don't know. I just like to see smiles. Just like to make you happy.
There's a lot of smiling faces out here tonight.
Love it.
So, and obviously, you talked a little about you were at Lahore last night, and
Nah, it was today.
oh, today even. That's why you got the other sting
Stains.
fingers. What are some of your other favourite spots in London to eat?
I love FKA Bam, which is Black Axe Mangal in Islington. It's pretty next level. It's like an English take on like Middle Eastern kebab stuff. I don't know. It's just like a crazy ass vibe. My man's an amazing chef. I just like to eat all kinds of different things. I'm excited to go to this new place called Kiln. I'm excited to have this Turkish kebab crawl that I had yesterday. I'm excited to put fucking honey in my espresso. I'm happy. I'm just a happy guy. I love it all. And honestly, I can't remember a lot of names right now because you put me on the spot and I'm stoned.
Kiln's definitely a good one. I can recommend you that. I've been there before. So anyone that knows you or is familiar with your music and your shows will know you're a big personality. How do you feel this charisma has played into your journey to stardom and a personality-driven brand?
It's not something that I really think about. I'm just who I am. If I don't fucking know, I don't judge my charisma myself. I just am. Musically, I'm feeling like I'm growing so much as a man. And now when you enter in live musicians playing behind you, I feel like Bach.
You talked about growing just then. Who are some of the people that have helped guide you and provide wisdom in your journey, would you say?
I think everybody plays a role. Everybody throughout the years played a role in some capacity. I can't name names, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. Once again, that stoneness lends to itself.
So with so many people in the different areas of your life, how do you go about trusting your own vision versus the advice of others?
That's not something that's tangible. That's within. You got to be able to, that's the confidence within your own decisions and be able to live with your fucking failures, and take it on the chin and keep moving. I live and die by my gut, as you could tell.
If you think back and reflecting on albums like Mr. Wonderful and then Blue Chip 7000 and White Bronco, why do you think it's important to be the author of your own story and do things on your own terms?
Because nobody's going to tell the story like you can, and no one's going to care about the details more than you will.
Yeah.
Because there's very nuanced details that only you could tell, and that you could vibrate.
And then earlier we talked about happy accidents, and it seems to be a recurring theme in your career as you started painting after an injury playing baseball. You mentioned that Action was your original graffiti name before rap. Has this artistic flair always been something you've wanted to explore? Or is it more just an accident that spurred you on?
No, I got drawings from when I was fucking 5 years old still. My mom saved everything for me. It seems like I was always on the path to draw cars and fucking people wearing Columbia outfits and shit with Timberland and guns and stuff like that. I have this one drawing of a duck wearing Karl Kani. If you know what that is, it's a fucking vest and jean outfit that Tupac used to wear a lot, and like all kinds of other people from Brooklyn, with a gun and a visor. Like it was a duck dressed like that.
Need to see that one.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. It's craziness. You could insert it into the piece.
You usually stain when you're painting as well.
I do everything when I paint. I like to be pumped up, so I'm working out. I just grab something, I just make a move. I'm wearing elbow pads and shit. Usually a very slinky tank top that I've cut myself that's hanging on by a fucking thread. If I showed you one of the tank tops that I have, you wouldn't understand how it's still holding together. It's past physics.
So it seems that your painting approach as well, from what I've seen, it's quite similar to the way you make your music and the way you embrace imperfections. Is this reflection of your personal style, would you say?
I'd say it's just about adapting and just being happy with what it is. Not, I mean, for me, it's not meant to be. Everything is not meant to be perfect. It's meant to be what it is at the moment. Everything's a performance. You're giving a performance, even if you're fucking doing normal shit. How'd you perform? You know, it's like it's averaging out, treating it like sports. Everything is a sport.
And obviously, we've seen you take your music on tour before, and then also with the food stuff as well. Can we expect a traveling art exhibition at some point?
As a matter of fact, I think so. I believe so. I never thought that I would do any of that type of thing, but real people have been reaching out to me and you know, once again, not blowing smoke up my ass and just telling me their true feelings. And you know, fuck it, I feel the same way. You know, I'm not gonna sell that. I'm not gonna sell myself short in doing what I love. I got like 200 fucking paintings that I've done. You know, what am I gonna do with them? What am I gonna do with them? If someone wants to help me do a show, I'm gonna show them. What else am I gonna do? Just have them sit there? And I'm fucking taking up all the space. I need more space for the kettlebells and fucking all kinds of things that I need.
I'm sure there's some people here that would like to buy some of that, I'm sure.
That's a lot. I'm not saying that you don't have it, but I'm not selling them for cheap, buddy.
So you've done music, art, cuisine. What else can we expect in the next chapter of Action Bronson?
Who knows? I do everything. Everything that I love. I bodyboard. I love to be in the ocean. You're gonna see me doing that a lot. I do it a lot. I'm just fucking, I get self-conscious to keep putting the same shit up on Instagram all the time. You know? Who you wanna fucking keep seeing me do deadlifts? Fucking taking a fucking wave, like whatever. I gotta do different. I gotta come up with different scenes. It's hard, bro. It's not easy doing this stuff. An Instagram page, it's fucking. It takes a lot of thought. For real, curation is hard. Self-conscious. You're always thinking about it. You erase, put it up, delete, put it up, delete. I have feelings as well.
So moving on to the next topic, and especially for we've got quite a lot of young people out here in terms of some advice to them as well. Like you dropped out of high school, but you've redeemed yourself later in your life with your career. For any teens out here listening or might have gone through similar experiences.
I've redeemed myself. Fuck high school. I got the diploma. I went to college a little bit, and then I dropped out of that. But I was paying, so that was my fucking choice. Fuck that. And you learn more. What are they teaching you? They're just keeping you there to fucking get the money. You really could learn everything in one semester, but they're keeping you for many. It's not a nice thing. There's alternative ways of making things, like I said, adapting to things. Maybe I could have been Einstein if I stayed in school. But what the fuck does that mean? Einstein didn't need school. He was school. He is the school. You study that motherfucker. So it's like, think about it, man. People, there's only, you gotta just make your way.
Why do you feel like it's important to give yourself permission to stumble like that?
I don't think that it just happened. I didn't give myself permission at the time. I didn't go through life thinking that's what I was gonna do. Just shit happens and you gotta make the best of it, You can't live with the regret of it. You just got to move forward. And those people who could move forward are the ones who tend to flourish. My boy was a total piece of shit, drunk, weirdo at 15. He's now a very reputable principal. He principals a school and caters to the fucking youth and tries to guide other children down the path that he didn't go, not to go down his path. Of being a drunk weirdo, fucking 16-year-old fucking weirdo.
Well, you're setting a good example for everyone, I think. And in terms of you're a bigger health advocate as well and staying fit, what was the first step for you in getting into fitness?
Not wanting to die, seriously, I was never meant to be that huge. So seeing myself in that capacity and just not, just didn't feel good. I like to be able to do all the athletics that I'm meant to do also, because I'm also very gifted talently in athleticism. Just wanted to let you know that also.
And an expert
Yeah, there's no doubt. No, I play everything. I love sport. I love to be outside. I love to be able to do things. And when you have young kids, you can't be fucking old man daddy that can't do nothing. Oh, my back hurts. No, I'm out running the babies. I'm fucking pushing my son around on the basketball court, dunking on him. Go get the fuck up. Push-ups, laughing at him.
It's going to be one rip baby.
I'm telling you, don't. This is the older child. Yeah, but the baby too. I push him around like fuck out of here, man. Dunk on you, bro. He thinks he's tough. I show him one move in jiu-jitsu and he starts putting me in arm bars. Straight up, the kid got he got a grip. He knows how to change the hand grip to make it hurt hard, which is not easy for the fucking 3-year-old.
And so also you wrote the book, Fuck It, I'll Start Tomorrow. What did you want to achieve with that?
I don't know, man. That was all precursor. I was fucking humongous as fuck writing that book, so it was like bullshit. So I was lying to myself, but I think that I needed to do that to get to where I needed to be. So that was all like a catalyst for what I've done. There's a lot, I'm still got a lot of work to do. It's never ending, so it's just at least I have the conscience and the mind to do it now.
What have been your biggest benefits of getting shredded, as you say?
At one point, I saw abs when I was in LA and I had COVID. I lost like 18 pounds in 2 weeks. Shredded. I saw abs, dogs. It wasn't even that bad. But I had sick ass fucking top one ab. And you know who gave it to me? Mel Gibson gave me motherfucking COVID. In Vegas, straight up, at UFC. It was only me and him during the prelims. He was talking in my motherfucking face the whole time. 100% it was him. Anyway, I thank him for that.
This is being recorded, so hopefully you might see this.
No, I've said it before, but I'm saying it with passion now because I want you to understand he did this. But yeah, man, it's really, it's just always, you always got to you got to earn your keep. If you want to eat, you got to earn that shit. Every day, 100 push-ups minimum. You should be doing 1,000.
I was going to say, what were you doing after your session at Lahore?
When today? I haven't worked out today. I'm going to do it after this. I wanted to fucking give you some fresh vibes. I don't want to be too juiced up.
I'm a bit of a runner, so we can do 5K afterwards if you want.
Nah, I'm a sprinter. Yeah. Shuttles. Shuttle runs. 20 yards, I don't know what the equivalent is here. With a couple meters, and I'm good.
Well, you can put the bets on that afterwards then.
In this shoe, I'm dusting anybody, but I'll tell you this. My foot is hurting me, so let me just give you a couple more excuses.
And so you previously stated that hard work outweighs luck. What advice do you have for young people trying to cut their teeth in the industry?
It's a mixture of both. Just be a good person. Don't be a cutthroat motherfucker. And, make the moves when you need to make them. Be firm. Be right. I don't know. Because I've never worked in that type of industry where I had to, compete. Well, you do, but in my mind, I'm not competing with people. I'm just doing what I do. You understand? It's not, I don't see something like, oh, I got to fucking beat that or I got to be better than this person. That I think if you go about things that way, it's not genuinely going to work because you're not doing it from the right perspective and place from the beginning. It should be about you and how you feel, not about how someone else makes you feel. Yeah, I
feel that. Okay, awesome. We think we might have a little bit of time now for some audience questions. I know it's always a bit awkward.
I'd love to take some. No, it's okay. Just raise your hand if you'd like to speak.
All right,
yes.
Here we go. First one.
Hello.
Hi.
Through Fuck That's Delicious, you've given small spots quite a big international audience. Are there any spots you're keeping for yourself that you don't want to share with the world?
I keep a lot to myself. I will tell you this: I do share a lot, but it's on you to make that journey. You have to catch on. You know, there's a lot of things out there that are still undiscovered for the most part. But yeah, to answer you, yes, I'm keeping a lot of shit undercover.
Perfect. Thank you.
I'm just very curious in like all the different facets that you've moved into. When have you felt like giving up most, and what was it, and what made you want to continue?
Having a lot of things on my plate in different lanes allows me to get a rest mentally from other things. So I feel like if I'm able to continue my, just rotation of passions is what keeps everything fresh for me. You know? It's all like I feel like I'm seasonal, you know? I'm seasonal. I have like 20 seasons.
I bought a kettlebell because of you about 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
And I did it once, and can I swear?
Yes.
I fucked my back, my lower back, really bad. And I was up at 2 a.m. like panicking, stretching, and that. So have you got any kettlebell swing tips so I don't die?
Yes. You need to be in the right position to use it. So what was the weight? I could hear you.
Oh, like a 8 kg.
Okay. So you shouldn't have hurt your back with that. But yeah, the way you're standing right there, I want you to stand up, shoulder length apart, feet. Put your thumbs where your pelvis is and push your butt back. That's the position you need to be in. Make your knees bend a little bit. Yeah, you need to be in that position. Strong. Back and forth. Swing back and forth.
What is your death row meal?
I've had everything that I fucking needed in my life. Fuck that shit. I'll have, I don't even know. I'll just have some water. I've had everything. There's no one thing that I need.
Just want to know when the next album's coming out.
Very soon. I'm working on it right now. We're touring right now. We're doing a little bit of, a couple shows here and there with the band, giving a nice experience. So the next couple of days we'll be at Coco, legendary spot out here. And then I'm going to get back to work when I get home.
We're waiting.
Yes, sir.
What is the most unexpected life lesson you've learned?
Man, I can't really think directly about that, but I feel like you learn a lesson every single day of your life. And you have, I think at certain times it's like enlightening moments where you actually remember, and things start to connect, They're like puzzles that connect, like clues. You're picking up clues every day. And then they finally come together like, oh shit, there's the lesson in that, It's like Zelda. Everything is like Zelda. You meet different people. They show you a scroll. The next scroll is you got to gather scrolls, and then you finally are who you are.
How are we doing? What's your favourite shoe of all time? And also, can you sign my shoes as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Sick.
My favorite shoe of all time is I don't know the name of the Agassi, but it's like it was the black with the white top Agassi. I don't know the name, but it was one of the Agassis, Air Tech Challenge, like 2 or 3, something like that. I remember that I had first day of school in 6th grade with the green Columbia suit that I had gotten in Vermont from my ski trip. No one else had it because they were all wearing the rubber Columbia suits at that time. I was the only one with the ski one. The bugaboo jacket.
Hey man, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, thank you. Number one, thank you for being yourself. It's hella inspiring. I'm sure a lot of other people are inspired. Number two, you said you didn't work out today. Do you want to race outside?
That's not a good idea. I have
It's
a
another
bad
good day.
foot, man. I have a bad foot right now. If it was another time, I would definitely race you because in those pants,
I got the New
there's
Balances
no
on.
fucking
They're not those
way.
though.
Those pants are gonna hold you back. It's like a parachute.
You're right. You're right.
The
Next
UFO pants, though, we gonna fucking get caught up in the wind. Yeah, I'll race you.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Another time for sure.
All right. Okay, we have 2 more.
Would you ever do a block party, what you done in New York? Like a Fuck That's Delicious block party, but in the UK?
That's a crazy question, of course. What are you, fucking nuts? Absolutely, I would do that. It's brewing. It's stewing. It's simmering right now. It'll be done in a minute.
And have you got any more episodes lined up underneath the 7th train?
Absolutely. That's a never-ending quest. It'll take forever to get from one place to the end. And it's only like a 45-minute ride.
All right, one more. Let's make it a good one.
That's a lot of pressure. Could we see a wrestling match between you and Cheeto? And who do you think would win?
A wrestling match with me and Cheeto?
Yeah.
It's not fair. I got him on 120 fucking pounds.
But still.
If he beats me, I should be embarrassed. If we're going to be kickboxing, I'll fucking kick his ass. Nah, he'll knock me out with a foot. I've never been knocked out. He'll knock me out with a foot for sure.
How's it going?
All I needed was the espresso, bro. I told you.
Yeah. So given you've done so much, what continues to give you purpose?
I'm a machine. I don't know. The drive that I have that's not off. Never turns off. I'm constantly thinking, constantly trying to grow in some capacity. I don't know, man. It's just that intangible within.
Hey, mate.
What's up, brother?
Your favorite album or artist to cook to?
I like listening to just like eclectic. I like listening to salsa music, you know?
Fair enough.
Yeah, it gives me a good vibe. It reminds me of when I used to work in the kitchen with the Mexican guys and all we would listen to was the Spanish music.
Love that.
Yeah, makes me feel good.
Hey, I got 2 questions. So first off, when you get to a brand new city, what are you seeking out when it comes to eating?
Shit that I've been looking at, things that I've researched.
Where are you finding it?
Recommendations from people that I know in the area. Locals.
Mm-hmm.
I got some locals on the ground, certain places, you know what I mean?
Well connected.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, there's lots of friends around the world from the extensive amount of time I've been traveling since like 2011, 2010.
Mm. And I wanted to ask, what does authenticity mean to you?
The word specifically.
I mean, how does it feel?
I don't fucking know. I'm not a goddamn Webster's dictionary. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just, you're looking at it, you know?
Yeah, for real.
I'm more of a visual guy. You're looking at it. So if they put the picture right next to that word, that's how it would look. This.
That. All right. Thank you.
We've had your favorite shoe. I want to go more specific. Assuming the V6, or both of them, are number 1 and 2, what's your third favorite New Balance of all time?
I love the 992. I love the 587. The 587 is probably my number 1. That's near and dear to my heart. The all white, the navy, and the maroon. The white that had the breast cancer ribbon on the back. Because that was the women's size. I also like to wear women's shoes, like women 860s. I just, the women's shoe is a unique shoe. They used to make crazy colorways that they didn't make in the men's sizes, and sometimes they would be better than the men's ones.
Nice
so
one.
I would go with, 587.
Okay,
for sure.
If I can ask you a food question, obviously everyone knows you as the big old foodie as you are. Is there anything that you absolutely refuse to cook with, or anything that if you see on the plate, you're like, absolutely fuck that?
I think that sometimes, and then I taste it again in another setting and I end up liking it in some way. It used to be horse mackerel or any type of like fatty fish like that. I don't really like cooked fish. I like it raw. I like things from the sea raw, you know? I like to taste its soul. I feel like when you cook it, it ruins it. It brings out all the funk from it. You know, a nice little soul of, a nice hand caught. Choke it to kill it, in a humane way. Can you choke a fish?
I just wanted to say that I loved your appearance in The Irishman.
Thank you very much.
No worries, man. That's one of my favorite movies. I love gangster movies.
Hell yeah.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie of all time would probably be Terminator 2. You know? Hell yeah, it's a banger. Major League, that's a good one.
All right, any more burning questions here?
Got one over here.
So I grew up on songs like Bird on a Wire with Riff Raff. I was wondering when a new album comes out, can we expect anything from you and Harry Fraud?
Yes, absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
Always working with Fraudy. See, that's my guy. Once again, a dude who was an original person in my career who's still around to this day doing big things.
Good shit, man. Thank you.
For sure.
Obviously, you've had lots of features in your albums in the past, but who would be your top 2 dream features to get on the new album?
Cisco for sure. From Drew Hill, I love him. That's not that unobtainable. I think that's pretty obtainable. Who else? I would love to have done a song with Carlos Santana back in the 70s. Nah, I just want to play percussion. I don't even want to do any vocals or just sing some sort of chant. That's really it. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much,
This
guys.
has been beautiful.
Yeah, and thank you, Action, for all your wisdom sharing it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. This has been a beautiful evening.
And when can people catch you in Coco?
Tomorrow night and Wednesday night back to back. Feeling good.
All right, so we can try
I'm
and
ready
make it
to
down.
go. I'm ready to motherfucking go.
Let's do it. All right, and enjoy some of the drinks, and there's some food still here, and then obviously check out the sneaker. I'm not sure if Action's going to be around for more questions, but thank you very much, everyone, for tonight.
Thank you.